Hello, my name is Paul Raftery and I'm a director with Projects RH based in Sydney, and today I am joined by Juan Rincon, a director of RC Australia. Juan is a lawyer and a registered migration agent. Our topic today is concessions for research and development will drive migration and investment. Welcome, Juan.
Thank you, Paul. My pleasure to be here.
The recent budget announcements must be seen in the background of Australia seeking to be internationally competitive. What's been the critical direction is we've seen the amount of tax paid by most Australians reduce. Over successive years, the Australian government has brought down the company tax rate. And we all retain what's called franking credits. That is, if a company pays us a dividend and they pay tax on it, we continue to get the benefit of those tax payments in our personal tax returns. Australia, despite all the commitment to new investment and borrowing, retains a AAA credit rating. And Australia's politics remain centrist. What's important to understand is the critical difference between Australia and most countries if we've granted accelerated tax depreciation to immediate write-off, and we've said not only will we fund public investment in research and research and development, we'll also give individual companies a significant deduction plus an 18.5% rebate. So effectively, government is subsidising research and development in Australia. What's secondly important in the entire research and development story is that the government has awarded $2 billion extra to our universities and to the Commonwealth Research Organisation to encourage even more research and development. The opportunity for people coming to Australia is to commercialise that research, to do more research, and to bring opportunities with them which can be commercialised in Australia. Juan, could you please give us a brief overview of the investment visa opportunities available to people to come and invest and stay in Australia?
Certainly, Paul. Paul, we can group the business visas into four big categories. First of all, will be to create a business. A startup company, we call that an entrepreneurial visa. The second one is for people who already have a business in Australia or overseas. This is the business owner visa, and this is definitely a pathway to the permanent residency. Third is a small business visa, which is an option within the skilled migration program in a visa called 491 for people who have some particular set of competencies. And fourth and last is the pure investment visas. It needs to mention that the process includes to prepare a business case, to secure an early stage venture capital fund support. This applies exclusively for the entrepreneur visas. Third, an state nomination. Those visas require the endorsement of one of the state of Australian territories. And fourth and last, the Department of Immigration.
So, Juan, what does it mean to get state nomination?
Well, each state want investors. This is the truth. They need investors. They need for growing, for economic development. But each state has a special emphasis in certain industries or key areas they like to develop. There are some other areas they don't encourage. Because we face a competitive process to obtain the state nomination, we must understand the specific of each state. So, because they become a key success factor for the positive outcome of the visa.
Okay, so then in getting state nomination, I've got to have a letter, or what do I need from an early stage venture capital fund?
definitely you need the evaluation and the commitment and the endorsement of a venture capital fund that they make a very thorough assessment of the viability and value of the project you are proposing for the state.
Well, we work a lot with venture capital funds, and in particular, the early
Yes,
stage ones, which has special tax regulations and really great tax concessions. They're pretty sticklers for lots of paper. I mean, we have to prepare business plans, financial models, information memoranda, and a pitch deck, which is a slide pack and a one-page executive summary. We do roughly the same work, one for $200,000 or $20 million. Do we still need the big tick?
yes,
We do.
yes,
Right.
definitely. That in entrepreneur visas is a must. For entrepreneur visas, having the okay from the entrepreneur venture capital fund is a requirement to go ahead. Not for other ones, such as the small business or for the business owner, but for the entrepreneur visas, the venture capital fund tick is absolutely necessary.
In the last couple of weeks, we've been talking to venture capital funds as our daily activity, and they're very clear. They want to have things which get the tax concessions that are available for research and development and people who are using commercializing other people's research. They point out to us that there are 7 key areas that they can get more government support for. They're agri-tech, space and advanced manufacturing, fintechs, engineering and mining technology, medtechs, cybersecurity, quantum information, and data science. So it's pretty clear to me that it's all very heavily directed around research and development and getting advantage of those tax concessions. I noticed also in the budget papers there was a vast amount of money for the research by the universities and CSIRO. One of our clients, Electrogenic Laboratories, is currently commercialising a process developed by one of the universities. And I've spoken to the chairman today, and he's told me that they will benefit immensely from the tax concessions made available, specifically getting that rebate of 18.5 cents on every dollar spent. So I think there's a real incentive for people to do what the government wants. I also look at Victoria as an example state where they're saying to get people to invest, they want them to invest in digital technology, advanced manufacturing, health and life sciences, agri-food, new energy and emissions reduction, the circular economy, which is we reuse everything, and targeted industries like health, particularly in the Parkville precinct of Melbourne. What it said to me was they've almost read the Commonwealth government's lines and said, we'll have this subset. So I think it's all pretty clear if someone wants to invest and stay in Australia, what they've got to do and what the key areas that government wants them to invest in are. So I think there's huge opportunities for people to come and stay in Australia. Are you seeing an interest, or how are you seeing it in the marketplace?
Well, definitely, I think there is a wonderful opportunity who are for the people who are currently in Australia to invest and stay. Most of them are here because they have been undertaking some form of training or study, or they are here because they are improving their English language skills. The people who are come to Australia are generally entrepreneurial and go-getting. I agree. This is a one of opportunity for such people to be eligible for apply for investment visas and to confine their lives in Australia. I believe that this is a recognition that is a new investment is to create, the idea of the new investment is to create 5,000 new jobs out of the about 1 million jobs that are to be created as a result of the budget to to counteract the effect of the COVID-19. Uh, those jobs must be created by investment visa applicants. They are critical for those numbers. I think this support from the state in the areas you already mentioned definitely are the key areas when we must to focus in with regard to the entrepreneurial visas, but definitely they are not the only ones.
Yeah, what's important, I think, is that they increase the number of investment visas by 97%. They've capped the number of people that can apply at 160,000, and as I see the things for the balance of this financial year, which finishes on the 30th of June, the only people that can apply for anything are already in the country. So I think it's great, as you say, for the people who have been studying here and have picked up more English skills, they've got great opportunities. But of those 160,000 places, 72,000 are reserved for partner visas and 15,000 are reserved for talented and gifted independent people, with 13,500 being allocated for investment visa and entrepreneurs. When you think about it, there's not that many to go around, so people have really got to get together and get their story organised, because they actually have to compete with other people looking for investors from early stage venture capital funds. So it's important they get organised, because I don't think they can wait 3 or 4 months. They've got to get going if they want to be in the quota that ends on the 30th of June.
Yes, definitely. I think this budget, the budget we got from the treasurer in October 6th, is a fantastic opportunity for people who are considering entrepreneurial activities and business for staying in Australia. Mm, the opportunity is definitely big. Is more than ever more important to start considering that, as you mentioned, that the standard pathway where the migrants come here and study and after study some years get a job, and after the job they can sponsor, and after the sponsor they get the visa. This pathway is almost exhausted. It is the time for entrepreneurs, and it's a very good time, and the tide is in his favor. It's the moment to be entrepreneur.
Thank you, Juan. I think you're right. I think this is the once in a lifetime opportunity for so many people to invest and stay in Australia. Australia's political leaders, almost in a non-partisan manner, want to see investment and jobs created. I mean, it was amazing. The budget got passed in 3 days. They had bipartisan support for everything. And we live in a very lucky country because we don't have political fights. Um, I think we're going to see more people wanting to have those investment opportunities and take advantage, particularly of those tax concessions, which the government has so generously offered for people who want to invest in Australia. Applying for an investment visa does require, however, expert advice. RC Australia is one of the parties that can provide you with the guidance to whether you fit into the investment visa categories, and if so, into which. Our projects are we and our strategic partners, the Business Planning Group, River Gold Capital, Clever Finance Solutions, Y&S Accountants, the Link Group and Flock International help put together and present your packages to parties who can invest, including early stage venture capital funds. Juan, do you have any closing comments?
Yes, Paul. I would like to mention that investment visas are not for the ultra rich or for the ultra smart. These are true opportunities for entrepreneurs and people who are willing to make true their business dreams in this beautiful country. I realized, talking with many people, that some applicants are their worst enemies because they have great ideas, but they don't believe they deserve to make true those ideas. So you have an idea, if you are listening to us, and you have an innovative idea, if you have a business spirit, please come to us, and definitely we will find a way. We are a terrific team, modesty apart, to help you with the finances, with the legal part, buying the business, making the business plan, so you can really succeed and flourish in Australia.
Thank you, Juan. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Paul Raftery, Director with Projects RH in Sydney, and today we have been joined by Juan Rincon, a Director with RC Australia. He should be your first point of call if you want an investment visa. Thank you, Juan, for your contribution today.
Thank you, Paul.
Ladies and gentlemen, farewell from now.